So once these are dried out, all you do, excuse me, all you do is I have a Navy K bar, and I cut them like this. I shave them like this, and that little piece that's left that sticks up a little bit, you can get that off by going the opposite way, like that. Just work at it a while, and then that goes away. So you just want it pretty flat so that it'll sand well. And you just go down and you do that all the way down. Yes, it's kind of stringy in there, but once you sand it, it starts to get down looking like tree wood. Here's another one that's a little bit thinner. Don't use that stuff. You throw that away. Now here's one that has been sanded, and it's very smooth. And you can, as you're sanding it, you can pretty well, feel it like this. It's real smooth. If you meet anything it resists, nah, just funning you. You just sand it a little more, and then it gets like this, real smooth, real nice and smooth. Now this is going to make 2 sticks. I cut them in half. Now here is a stained one. That's been sanded, and it's been stained. Got these reversed. This one's stained. All right. And I just use this stain here. Penetrating stain, works really well. Gunstock it's called. I just really like the color. And if it's not dark enough, you can put a second coat on. But I like the grain. I don't know if you can see this. Maybe not, but I like that grain. Yeah, you can see it. There. I like that grain. It looks nice. And this one has been stained and urethaned. Now, here's the urethane I use. It's just Minwax. I think this is like $9 at Walmart. But it lasts, I was able to put 2 coats on 2 or 3 of these sticks. And then this stuff, it was about, I think, $9 also. That seems to be the magic number at Walmart. And then when you're done with the staining and the urethane, I like to put wax on it. I'll wax it once, and when you want to put a cane tip on, I put it on the narrow ends. They kind of go up in a slight, I guess you'd say conical fashion. It's narrower down here than it is up here. The top of the walking stick was the bottom when it was on the tree, the bottom of the stalk. And I wax with this stuff. It's called Brie Wax. Original, clean stains and polishes. The natural wax, I guess it's got beeswax in it. I don't know if it's all beeswax. Sorry about that. And then when you look inside here, it says for pine and hardwoods, but it works just dandy on these sticks, which are pretty hard. I don't want to remove that lid right now, but it's a white polish paste wax that has a slight tinge of yellow. And that was kind of expensive. I got this stuff at Ace Hardware. And now, when you're done with that, you can make, put some ornamentation on it. Now here's, I'll turn this as I go up. I put obsidian that I had polished. That's Apache tears, which are common around this area. It's just, it's a natural glass that comes from volcanic action. And so I made a spiral here, and every other piece of obsidian, I put a brass shell casing in. There's just 22 shell casings here. So it goes up. Every other one is polished. And kind of a, I don't know what you'd call it. It's something I used from stuff I found in the desert in Arizona. I'll put this back a little. I guess I wasn't too focused. So it goes up, and it goes up, and it goes up, and it goes up. Now I countersunk a hole to put the obsidian in, and then I epoxied them. You can get a couple tubes in a packet for a couple bucks at Harbor Freight. So it goes up, and I get to the top, and there's a little black stripe going around. Now I haven't quite finished this. I have one more thing to do, but there's a little piece. There's a copper doodad of a Thunderbird, and I think it was for holding a strap. There were two slots here and here, and in one of those slots I put a piece of polished turquoise. Again, I epoxied it. Works great. The other one I'm still working on. It'll go right there. And then the top is just polymer clay that I shaped. I made an impression of the top of the stick here, and I cooked it in an oven, and then I epoxied that on. And it makes kind of a, I don't know, kind of an attractive thing. A lot of my friends like them. I gave one away the other day, and here's a different one. And this one I put 9mm shell casings in, and alternated it in a circle around here with an Apache tear. Down here I got some glass that I'd found in the desert at a shooting range, and I just fitted it together in kind of a mosaic. I shaped some polymer clay to fit exactly on this particular stick, and then epoxied it, cooked it and epoxied it. You can cook the epoxy, you can, cook regular old glass shards inlaid in the polymer clay in an oven. You don't have to worry about it melting. I think it's 270, 275 for 30 minutes. You can buy that stuff for, I think, around $1 a pack at Walmart in the craft department. And here we go down and we see these were 9mm Luger type shell casings I polished, and again, every other one, this goes in a straight line instead of a spiral, every other one there. Now, down at the bottom, sometimes the narrow end is pretty wide. In this case, I couldn't get a standard type cane tip. They don't make them that big. So what I did was I bought table tips for the leg tips and drill a hole. There's a metal insert under this with a thread. Once you've hammered that in, you just screw this screw this plastic tip in till it's level down here. And then I cut out of a, what would you call it? A grabber. One of those things you use to take a lid that's tight on a jar off. And I cut it to be the same size as the bottom, and I epoxied it down with the coarse end here, the rough end, so that if you were using it on a tile floor or something, maybe outside or inside, you wouldn't slip, because you will slip if you don't have something here to, you know, just like a cane. And up at the top, I put in a little decoration I cut bottles, the necks of bottles, into donut shapes, and then I melt them in a microwave at pretty high temperature. I have a video on how to do this step by step on the internet. But once you stop melting it and it looks more like a donut, I would take a piece of something that I like, Apache tier, polished piece of glass, and I epoxy it in the center. And before that, I have taken brass or stainless steel wire and wrapped it all the way around the donut. Then I epoxy the polished rock or the glass, whatever it is you want to put to adorn this thing in the center, and epoxy it. And so it just makes, I think it makes it a little nicer. I enjoy making these things, so I've got them I got it on the internet on an article. And the cane tips, you can get 2 at Walmart for $2.50 if they'll fit. These things, I got a pack of 5 for $5, and I think I got it on eBay or Amazon. I can't remember. Just look, you'll find them. There's different styles, but most of them it's the same concept, and they work real well. Okay, I guess that about does it. Here it is. And you can make canes out of these, and you can make umbrella racks or ladders out of them to hang on. No, I said umbrella, excuse me. Blanket racks or blanket ladders to hold blankets like you see at craft fairs. But when you make them, you want to put these in like this. You want to put them in alternating between your thin end and your thick end for balance. And then you tie them together. You tie them together. Wait 1 second. You tie them together like this. And you alternate the thick end and the thin end so they balance out like that. You tie them here with a leather strap. You can get those at the store too. And then you, if you want to make sure they don't slip, go on the back and apply a little epoxy, and then you don't have that problem. If you cinch them up really tight, they shouldn't go anywhere. You can put a little groove in the back to sort of hold them. Of course, these vertical ones would be farther apart. You get the idea. And yeah, that's about it. If you live in the area, and you can get now you can also do this with agave stalks and yucca stalks. I understand. I haven't done it. Your agave, every 20 years shoots apparently a stalk up. Now, when that happens, when that thing matures, the agave dies. So you don't have to worry about killing anything when you take these stalks. But the neat thing about agave is that they have pups at the bottom of the agave. You know, you'll have several little baby agaves. So I guess that guarantees that they keep procreating, and I imagine that, you know, that stalk has sent a whole lot of stuff out in the wind. And as far as the yucca goes, that'll give you a stalk too, but I've never made them out of that. I just use the desert spoons because I have a desert spoon, and the lady that lives across from me had two right there. And right there. And she let me have them. And there's more people down the street here that have them, and I can fetch them. Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for listening, and have a great day.